Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into 10 key biblical financial principles that can transform your financial life. These are time-tested truths that have been around for centuries. We're gonna break them down one by one and show you how to apply them to your own life. Let's get started. The first principle is recognizing that God is the true owner of everything. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth. You're just the manager, the steward of what He's entrusted to you." Being a good steward means being responsible with what you've been given. Now, let's talk about giving. Malachi chapter 3 verse 10 says, "Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house." It's about putting God first in your life, including your finances. When you're obedient to God and generous, it opens up the floodgates of blessing in your life. You start to see money as a tool to make a difference in the world. The next principle is living on a budget, folks. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verses 6 to 10 says, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." I'm talking about living within your means and being content with what you have. You don't need a bigger house, a fancier car, or the latest gadgets to be happy. Contentment comes from being grateful for what you have. Find your security in God, not stuff. Chapter 4. Save, save, save. Now let's talk about saving. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 20 says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." You need to have money set aside so you don't go into debt when unexpected events happen. When you have money saved, you have peace of mind. Chapter 5. Stay out of debt. Debt is a four-letter word, folks. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Debt steals your peace, your joy, and your future. Live debt-free, and you'll experience true financial freedom. Chapter 6. Be content. We've already touched on this a bit, but it's worth repeating. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5 says, "Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have." True contentment comes from having a relationship with God and finding your identity in Him. Enjoy what you have and live a life of generosity and gratitude. Alright folks, let's talk about keeping records. Luke chapter 16 verse 10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Track your income and expenses, create a budget, and know where your money is going. It's about being intentional and responsible with what God's given you. Chapter 8. Don't co-sign. This one's simple, don't co-sign on loans. Proverbs chapter 6 verses 1 to 5 says, "If you have put up security for your neighbor, free yourself." Co-signing is a recipe for disaster. You're putting your own financial well-being on the line for someone else's debt. Love your neighbor, but don't co-sign for them. Chapter 9. Work hard. The Bible is clear about the importance of hard work. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 11 says, "Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread." Hard work builds character and allows you to provide for yourself and your family. Work with integrity and trust that God will honor your efforts. Chapter 10. Seek wise counsel. Don't be afraid to seek godly counsel. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a nation falls." If you're struggling financially, find someone who can offer wise counsel. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Financial peace is possible. Thanks for watching. It's about aligning your finances with God's principles. If you found these principles helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now go out there and live like no one else, so later you can live and give like no one else.